It seems very pristine, like life here seems...
It is.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. I love it here.
Yeah?
Spent all my life here.
Like many locals, Donald lived through those dark days of war, when the British and Argentine troops battled to claim these remote and beautiful islands.
Were there many killed during the war?
There was 255 British troops and approximately 600 Argentine troops, and 3 local residents lost their life one night in a shell hit a house in a residential area.
There are still many tributes to honour those that lost their lives.
It's a memorial to HMS Glamorgan. She was a British warship hit by an Argentine Exocet missile fired from this location. And the ship itself survived, but a missile hit the stern and of the ship.
And did it sort of change after the war? Did life here change in any way?
It did. Several years later, they declared a fishing zone around the islands, and the islands become self-sufficient in the late 80s.
The Falklands is made up of hundreds of islands, all of them remote and many inaccessible. Saunders is the second largest offshore island and operates as a working sheep farm, thanks to David and his family, the only permanent residents.
And you manage it, or you own?
Manage and own.
The whole island?
Yep.
Wow.
30,000 acres, 12,500 hectares or 41 square miles.
Oh, and how many sheep?
6,500.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, the last count.
Last count. And how many generations?
3rd on my father's side and about 8 on my mother's side.
8 generations?
So I feel that I'm a Falklander.
I would say so. If anyone's earned that right, I'd say with that many generations you have.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular looking island, both from the land and from the air.
Ooh, wow.
As well as all the mod cons you might expect from a 6-star Discovery yacht, Scenic Eclipse also has a few you might not expect, like 2 Airbus helicopters.
This is all one island here. This is all Saunders Island
right.
that you're seeing. So it's
It
basically
wraps around.
Yeah, this is called Brett Harbour.
This must just give such a different perspective for the guests.
Exactly. I mean, if you're just on the ship, when you're just on the Zodiacs, you're just staying at sea level. And there are 776 smaller islands here in the Falklands. You can't really get a feeling for that when you're down at sea level all the time. You want to get up to the altitude, just be able to see, the size of it, the scale of it.
It is literally breathtaking. What I've loved about this experience is the sheer extremes. Extremes of weather, extremes of wildlife on a scale I just couldn't have imagined. And of course, the dramatic landscape. It's been a true voyage of discovery for me, and it's exceeded all my expectations. For a nature lover, coming here is the absolute pinnacle of wildlife watching on the planet.